Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our February issue of Inside Darley. I know we've all had it with the COVID talk, but it seems as if we as a world, and certainly the United States as a country, and the Midwest in particular, is moving from more of a pandemic to an endemic, where it's really becoming a question of, when you're going to get COVID as opposed to if you're going to get COVID. And this is really supported by our first two articles that are attached here. The first one comes out of Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. It was back in July and talked about that. And then the second article was a very similar theme that was just in the Washington Post on January 20th. So you might find those of interest to you. We've been talking a lot about what is the implication of the implication when it comes to COVID. And, we're certainly seeing that with inflation and crazy stock market prices and our supply chain issue. And our third article that we've attached is a Deloitte article that talks really to onshoring or reshoring. And, we as a company here at Darley are very proud that all of our manufacturing is done here in the United States. All of our suppliers are here in the United States, but this is putting them, as larger companies who have historically, used Asia for their offshoring, are bringing that work back to the United States. It's certainly creating a lot of supply chain issues and cost increases and all the rest that manufacturers like Darley are dealing with. If you are in the fire service, I think you should make sure you download this fourth document, which is the U.S. Fire Service Needs Assessment Report. It only comes out every 5 years. It's put out by NFPA, but it was just released in December of 21, and really it's got some great information. The second report that we really encourage you to take a look at is a report put out by FEMA. It's called their National Preparedness Report. This was also just released, and it talks about 5.275 million COVID deaths around the world, but it really also talks a lot to just changes in the last few years as they relate to natural disasters and all the rest that are just continuing on the rise. In fact, just in 2021 alone, if you can imagine, there were 22 natural disasters that each cost over $1 billion, so very significant. And hopefully you can use these two articles if you're in a fire service officer role. We'd really encourage you to participate in a new crowdsourcing event that we're putting on thought leadership within the fire service. So we're looking for ideas from, fire officers on experiences that you have and ways that you're seeing perhaps leaders inspire people within the fire service, new technology. We're offering $5,000 for the best first place on this, $3,000 for second place, and I think $1,000 for third place. So those applications are going to be available on darley.com. You can also hear about them on Smart Firefighting podcast. That starts on February 7th and will end on April 30th. So hopefully you'll participate. Lastly, I'll tell you, if you're a fire service buff, we'd really encourage you to go to FEMA.org and order the 75th anniversary book on FEMA. That's the Fire Apparatus Manufacturers Association 75th annual book. And I'll tell you, it's really a great historical book. So thanks for tuning into this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to support you, we hope you'll reach out to us.